you will see white partners in these marriages choose white supremacy over their own partners and children. I promise you.
Hello, and welcome to another video. And this video, we're gonna be talking about this new chapter of Making America Great. And you're just gonna tell me, Jenny, what chapter are you talking about? Yes, you know the Magas, they go through chapters, okay? And now the new chapter is the avoidance or the ban or interracial marriage. So if it happens that you are in an interracial marriage are in a chopping board, okay? That's what they're trying again. They are trying to take away the right of people marriage whoever they want, and this is coming fast, okay? This is coming faster than what we think. Even when one of the members of the Supreme Court, he is in an interracial marriage himself. I don't know what are your thoughts about this. Comment below. What do you guys think about this? Are you guys was expecting this? I kind of was expecting, because the whole thing, make America great again. You know exactly what they mean. So black people, we never was in delusion that we didn't know what exactly they mean when they used to say make America great again. And you can change that for make America the W word, okay? That's what they wanted. And definitely they are really trying. They are really trying. And I think that part of this is because they just see that statistically in 4 more years or 5 more years, the majority of the population is gonna be Latino, and they are trying to get rid of Latinos, and now they are trying to get rid of interracial marriage. So what do you guys think? Comment below, because this is something that is like really polemic, and it's something that you just can see it. I just gonna give you all the sides of the story, and you're gonna love it. So stay towards the end. Please don't forget giving a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow, and it helps other people to find my content and my video. Help us to support liberal media. The MAGA media have all the likes, all the subscribes, all the comments. Please help us to support liberal media. Thank you so much. Stay towards.
So you would be okay with the Supreme Court leaving the question of interracial marriage to the states?
Yes, I think that that's something that if you're not wanting the Supreme Court to weigh in on issues like that, you're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. I think that's hypocritical.
About Griswold versus Connecticut.
Well, you can list a whole host of issues. When it comes down to whatever they are, I'm going to say that they're not going to all make you happy within a given state, but that we're better off having states manifest their points of view rather than homogenizing it across the country as Roe versus Wade did.
That was Republican Senator Mike Braun wearing his racism proudly. So he don't want a black person to marry a white person. He don't want a white person to be able to marry a black person. I guess this is what we call making America great again. You know what, Senator? Let's just go ahead and make slavery legal again. I mean, since it's all about states' rights. And make no mistake, he clearly understood the question. As a matter of fact, he doubled down on his response. But then he realized that he said the quiet part out loud. And then he hit us with the okie doke. He later claimed that he misunderstood the question, even though it was asked 2 different ways. He told the insider that he wasn't paying attention that he was thinking about Roe versus Wade and transgender women in sports. And then he had this to say: let me be clear on that issue. There is no question that the Constitution prohibits discrimination of any kind based on race. That is not something that is not up for debate. And I condemn racism in any form, at all levels, and by any states, entities, or individuals, said Braun. Who wrote that for you? Big swing and a miss. Truth be told, I'm so glad Code 45 brought these kind of individuals out who will actually tell us how they really think and feel. And now that the white sheets are off, we now know who you are, and we can do something about your racist ass. And that is facts on facts on facts. Carry.
Senator Mike Braun from Indiana said that interracial marriage should be left up to the states. And this is why being in community and supporting other minorities and marginalized groups is important, because once they see they can do it to one, they do it to another. And I'm not going to say we told you so, because there's a lot of videos like those. But that's what's being put out there already. Welcome to America.
So you would be okay with the Supreme Court leaving the question of interracial marriage to the states?
Yes, I think that that's something that if you're not wanting the Supreme Court to weigh in on issues like that, you're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. I think that's hypocritical.
What about Griswold versus Connecticut?
Well, you can list a whole host of issues. When it comes down to whatever they are, I'm going to say that they're not going to all make you happy within a given state, but that we're better off having states manifest their points of view rather than homogenizing it across the country as Roe versus Wade.
Are you absolutely kidding me? GOP governor, Republican governor of Indiana, is trying to walk back interracial marriage. Oh, wow. What year is this? I'm Sergeant Rob, United States Marine Corps infantry veteran, 5 years. Look, they're going after same-sex marriage. Now they're going after interracial marriage. Soon, they won't have anyone that falls into those two categories around anymore. That's where we're going. That's what we're going back to. We're going pre-antebellum stage here. We are going such in the wrong direction that there will not be a recognizable America in which we know it as America any longer. And that's my opinion. This is information that's being shoved in our face because they're not hiding their goals and their wants anymore. They're coming after every individual American and their rights. And again, it's just what I've been seeing. It's what is happening. It is what they're telling us they want to do. It is not misinformation. It is the truth. Because the fact that they're going on social media, posting these things, championing these things to take away the rights of love from our citizens is ridiculous. It's infuriating. Everyone should be up in arms about this, because it doesn't matter what gender, ethnicity, or color you are. Love should not be dictated by the government. And maybe we should just abolish marriage altogether if they're to treat it like a weapon against their citizens. Because outside of a tax break, what do you get from it? A piece of paper. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day, because you can still love who you love and be in love with those that you love. So, the fact that this administration is coming after these things, we're past the tipping point, guys. We are. Because do you think they're going to stop here? And if it doesn't affect you now, when will it? Probably very soon. Medicaid's looking at a $500 billion cut While they spend $200 million on an expansion for a ballroom, we're slicing our national parks in half, trying to sell them off for oil rights and mineral rights.
These guys, they are just saying the quiet part out loud for everybody can hear, for everybody can know. Okay, what did they think about interracial marriage? What did they think about other races? What did they think about their way to think that is so behind this time? We are already in another time. We're already in another. I come from multiple races. Okay, I in my bloodline, I had native, I have white, I have black, I have black African descendants, and I have everything over the rainbow. And this is what we're going through. This is what we're gonna have in the country, and not only in the country, in the planet. The whole planet is gonna become, in maybe like 30 years, a mix of race that is gonna be beautiful. We're going about to create the most beautiful human race that you ever seen, because these kids, they are coming from multiple races. Okay, Asians with black with white, Latinos with black, Latinos with white. Okay, these kids are coming, they're gonna be the most beautiful kids, because they're gonna have the best of all races, and that's gonna be so beautiful. I cannot wait to see it. And I'm product too of interracial relationship or interracial marriage, because my grandpa was white, my grandma was African descendant, on the side of my mom, my grandpa was already mixed, and then he married to black lady, but my grandma was mixed with native and black. So I just come from that multiple generational mix and keep mixing. And these kids that are coming are gonna be so beautiful. I cannot wait to see it. And we're just getting some pull back from the people that want to just live in the past. What do you think? That should be on the past, or is just benefits? Because I'm gonna tell you, when I was preparing this video, I found a clip that I'm gonna show you towards the end of this video, and I thought, well, he make a point, okay? He make a point, but that he completely opposed to interracial marriage, but not for racist reason. He opposed to interracial marriage for other reason, and I thought, oh, that's completely logic. I never see it that way, but that's coming towards the end of this video, so stay towards the end.
Why is this administration so obsessed with taking away people's fucking rights? Why are they having conversations about whether interracial marriages should be legal or not? Then they're having conversations on whether it should be up to the federal government or up to the states to decide whether it's legal or not. Why is that a fucking discussion right now when we have bigger fish to fucking fry? So you mean to tell me interracial marriages are a bigger threat than the fucking welfare of this country right now? Like this, like be fucking for real. Y'all really sitting up there. Y'all went on the drawing board in the fucking house and wrote on the board, oh yeah, interracial marriages. That's a problem. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. Like, what is y'all obsession? Are y'all mad because nobody wants y'all? Nobody wants an uneducated, goddamn, manipulated pedophile.
This senator voted against protecting interracial marriages, despite being in an interracial marriage himself. Yes, we're talking about Senator Mitch McConnell. This week, the senator from Kentucky was one of 37 Republicans who voted no on a motion to advance the Respect for Marriage Act, which aims to protect interracial and same-sex marriages if the Supreme Court was ever to overturn those guarantees.
Mr. McConnell, No.
But still, many were quick to point out that Mitch McConnell himself is in an interracial marriage with Elaine Chao, the former state secretary of transportation in the Trump administration, whom he married in 1993. It led to outrage online, with many quick to criticize the senator's actions. He cares more about political power than his own marriage. Mitch is a relentless, insidious, power-hungry political monster, one user wrote. On Wednesday, McConnell was re-elected as Republican leader in the Senate. He shared that he was honored to be back and said they would fight Democrats' recklessness and promote our common sense conservative vision. In fact, only 12 GOP senators voted in favor of moving forward with codifying that act. Thankfully, with a 62-37 vote, the Senate looks likely to move forward to push federal protections around same-sex marriage and interracial marriages, avoiding a filibuster.
If the Supreme Court were to overturn Loving v. Virginia, it would not be about interracial marriage. It would be about the fact that a lot of this comes down to there aren't having enough white babies. Once interracial marriage became a thing, white women started marrying everything but white men. Interracial marriage is still not more dominant than same-race marriage, but it's pretty popular. And considering white women are the largest participant in it, yeah, it's fucking with the white population. It's not about whether or not you have the right to marry somebody outside of your race. It's about the fact that white women ain't crapping out them white babies.
What do you think about what she say? Do you think that's the real reason behind all this, that they just don't want interracial marriage no more? It's just about the white women are married, black men, Latino men, they are married all kinds of races, so they are not having white babies. Do you think that this is what it's all about? Give me your opinion below, because when I saw this clip, I was like, wow, she's into something. Just comment below.
Okay, before I get into this, son, you know, I'm speaking from the perspective as a white man in an interracial marriage. And this is for other white people, so y'all aren't fucking surprised when this happens. When, not if, when they come for interracial marriage, I'm telling you, there's going to be a whole lot of fucking white people that walk away from their partners and from their kids. There's going to be some of you white people right now that are like, oh my God, no way, that would never happen. You're just fear-mongering, or you're just this and that. No, listen. I've made a video about interracial marriage before, and the amount of comments that I've gotten from people about their white partners who are completely not in touch with politics or not political are a lot. You will see white partners in these marriages choose white supremacy over their own partners and children. I promise you. Because mind you, these white people have partners and children that look like the people that are being snatched by ICE. They're watching Trump on down talk about their partners being DEI hires at work. Doesn't move them. They don't give a fuck. These same partners, white partners, tokenize their spouse at every turn. So I can't be racist. I have a black, indigenous spouse of color. Y'all see it on here all the time. But when the pressure hits and it's building, white people fucking fold to white supremacy all the goddamn time. That's what's happening right now on a national scale. And we're seeing it. We got concentration camps in America. We got the National Guard in LA and DC. We got ICE snatching up kids, families, deporting them. Doesn't matter if they're fucking citizens or not. And white people aren't moved to do shit. So you think when they come down and they try to attack interracial marriage, it's going to move white people? Absolutely the fuck not. JD Vance, I wouldn't be surprised if he set the standard and said, I'm leaving my wife. for X, Y, and Z reason. He'll make some bullshit up. And other white Americans will be like, oh, yeah, he did it? All right, yep, then it's safe for me to walk away. When you as a white person can be in an interracial marriage and you see the way the entire country is treating people that look just like your children or your partner, and you just say, I'm not political, or we don't talk about that in my house, you're fucking going to, when the government comes for your shit. Well, you're probably not, because you're going to be too scared to say anything or do anything, because you're just going to be scared of violence from other white people for being in an interracial marriage. White people as a whole value white supremacy more than anything in their fucking life. 3 out of 5 white men voted for Trump. 1 out of 2 white women voted for Trump. And everything that's happening right now is what they want. And other white people that don't have a fucking spine, or other white people that don't view their partners as human beings, that don't see their children, their biracial children, as human beings, they'll walk the fuck away. I'm calling it right now.
Massive trigger warning, because I'm going to tell you what Republicans and conservatives really think of other ethnicities, specifically Black Americans. So huge, huge, huge trigger warning. Okay. They believe depraved beliefs. Depraved. I will tell you that I grew up with one of the most popular homeschooling curriculums in the USA. They are still one of the most popular homeschooling curriculums in the USA. This curriculum, and I've made other videos about this, basically sold slavery in a light of, yeah, it was not great, but like a lot of slaves got saved from it, and most slave owners were nice to their slaves, and the Civil War was about states' rights. It didn't have anything to do with slavery. It was government overreach. Okay, so that is step one. Now, with my Christian background, this is what they said about Black Americans. I heard, and I don't think my parents had this belief, but I heard it in either books or cassettes. Anyways, this was my belief. So wherever I got it from, this is what I believed. There's a story in the Bible of Cain and Abel. Abel is basically the good brother. Cain is basically the shitty brother. Cain murders Abel, and so he has to go, and then basically all of his descendants are Black people. And then there's another story in Noah's Ark where like the bad son of Noah goes on to become Black people. And then you have the story of Abraham, who rapes his maiden, and he has a son, and that son basically was father of all the Muslims. And so all of these stories I was taught in the Bible was like different ethnicities, Black people and Muslims equal bad. They came from the bad people in the Bible. The good people were white, which again, like Jesus was Middle Eastern and was a Jew, so he was not white, but this is what I was taught. And so you combine these two lines of thinking, and it's just the most fucking racist shit that there ever was. And now there's even a basically homeschooling, not homeschooling, but curriculum called PragerU, and it is now accepted into public schools, where it talks about how Columbus wasn't really bad and how slavery wasn't really bad, and it's better to be a slave than to be killed, and let's talk about the pros of slavery. That is what they are teaching, and that is what is in American schools. Now let's go all the way to now times about interracial marriage. Since the dawn of time, you can make the Bible believe whatever you want it to say. And so people have used Bible verses that they think you shouldn't have interracial marriage. In fact, someone that I grew up with, a friend, and she wasn't a friend after she said this, but she told me as we were like playing with our Barbie, she was like, yeah, my mom's not gonna let me marry a Black man because they're not good and they will beat me up. Those are her words, and we were 7 years old at the time. So the racism is baked into us. And with interracial marriage, what I think they're going to do is they mainly care about interracial marriage in terms of a white, because we're all fucking mixed, but a white person and a Black person. And they don't care as much about like Latina or Middle Eastern, Indian, all that type of stuff. And so long story short, Christians hate black people for whatever reason, and I am so sorry that I ever was in a place to hear the rhetoric, and I want to kind of show everyone what it is and show like this is happening, this is what I was raised with, this is out there, so people know, and kind of to amend the wrongs I've done with my horribly racist thinking in the past. And I mean, everyone is still working on racism now. We saw that in BLM. It's an ongoing journey. So anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. It's a shit show out here.
And I was in the editing part of this video, and I was like, oh, I had to comment in this clip. She's talking about religion and how some religions see black or dark people as the evil side. So she talked about Cain. She talked about all these things in the Bible that it says that black people are the descendants of other bad people on the Bible. And this is completely wrong in so many ways, because Jesus Christ, he said, I don't make exceptions of people. Jesus Christ came to unite everybody. Jesus Christ came to, if you do believe, if you are a Christian and you believe in Christ, that's what he came to do. He talked to people that Jewish didn't want to talk to.
All my interracial couples, I would love for you to chime in really quick, because as 45 continues to make America great again by taking us back into time, how do you feel about him wanting to send interracial marriages back to the states, just like Roe versus Wade? Like, give the states the power to do so, you know, especially if you are in the South. We already know what that looked like. You couldn't even whistle at a woman. No, correction. A black man could not whistle at a white T woman without being, you know, rest in peace to Emmett Till, and so many others. I'm asking this whether you have voted for Harris or you voted for Donald Trump. I kind of have an idea if you voted for Harris, but I don't want to make any assumptions. And the people who did vote for Trump, like, how do you feel about, and are in interracial relationships, how do you feel, and what would that look like for you and your family, especially if you have children? Like, how do you navigate that if said state, most likely a lot in the South, say there is no more interracial marriage? How do you navigate that, or how do you feel about it?
You should be thanking black women for the fact that you can marry a white woman. I said, so even when you don't think we made your life better, we did. And he was like, nah, I know what you, I said, if it was not for, and that's damn near everything in America, if it was not for that white man wanting it, you would not have it. That white man wanted to marry a black woman. That's the only reason interracial marriage is legal. That white man wanted to live his gay life out loud. That's the only reason you got LGBTQ rights. But we missed that thinking, oh, you think you did something? Because we was fighting for equal rights. Because we paid taxes. Yeah. We wasn't even fighting to be part of this stuff. We didn't fight for integration. We were literally fighting to get our vote heard because you were taking our taxes. We were never fighting to be integrated with it because we had our own. Why am I fighting to be integrated with you? We had our own stores, our own hospitals. We were making money. We had that money circulating in our neighborhood. So when I was looking, I said, we got to stop all this infighting, thinking you better because of this, and we didn't, and we celebrating all this stuff, when we really don't look at, we playing in the hands of certain things. And I look at black men, like right now, we arguing online, like when we talk about the trick daddy, and somebody asked me about that, when he was like, you know, black women, I'm not dating no woman who under 35, and all this, and I'm looking at this black man. I don't even want to say what trick daddy look like, because, you know, but I'm looking at this like, y'all demons out here sowing dissension amongst us when we ain't got time for it. They're literally trying to erase the history our people fought for. Some of them, our grandparents.
Here comes the polemic clip that I told you about it in the beginning. Pay attention to it because he does really have a point. And I never got to see it because, as I told you, I am a product of mixing races. But he definitely have a point. And his point is valuable. So pay attention to every word that he's saying, because he have a great point.
I don't support interracial marriage, not because I dislike anyone, because I don't. But if we want to save the black community, we got to save the black family. Marriage is a business arrangement. Kobe Bryant married Vanessa, right? Kobe Bryant was damn near a billionaire. And all his wealth went to Vanessa. Is Vanessa doing anything for the black community? Is she even thinking about doing anything for the black community? Marvis Marvelin Hagler died from the COVID vaccination. He was one of our great black middleweight boxing champions. He was married to a white woman. Has she done anything for the black community with his money? No. Tiger Woods married a white woman who was a housemaid. He cheated on her. She got $1 billion of his estate. She went from cleaning homes to being a billionaire. Why would you take from us and give to another people?
And he just saying, if black people, marriage between black people, he said Tiger Wood married this lady that she was a babysitter. That's what she actually was. She was a babysitter. But Tiger Wood was actually a product of interracial marriage, because his mom was from the Philippines, I believe, and the dad was a black man. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with what he said? Because he's just definitely making a point that money can stay in the black community. What do you guys think? Comment below. Please don't forget giving a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for the 10,000 subscribers. Family, we are 10,000 strong, and I'm so proud of us. Thank you for keep watching my videos. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your beautiful notes. Thank you for the money for coffee. I am a kid on the candy store. Every time that I get money for coffee, I'm like, yay, money for coffee. And I just so extremely grateful. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys take care. Bye-bye.